Welcome everyone. This is the second lecture of the chapter 2 functions in Python. So function parameter. So what is function parameter? Let us see. When calling a function, you can also pass parameters. So what is parameter? So these parameters are simply numbers or strings that are made available to the function. So let us see how many types of parameter are there. So a function has two types of parameter. First is formal parameter, then is an actual parameter. Now let us see what is formal parameter. So in formal parameter are written in the function prototype and function header of the definition. Formal parameters are local variables which are assigned values from the argument when the function is called. So you must be thinking what I have said this. We will understand this by a program. So first let us see what is the actual parameter. So when a function is called, the values that are passed in the call are called actual parameter. So when we are calling a function, the values which are passed in the function, they are called as actual parameter. At the time of call, each actual parameter is assigned to the corresponding formal parameter in the function definition. Actual parameter and formal parameter are related to each other. Now let us see special type default parameters. So Python allows function arguments to have default values. What is the use of default parameters? So if the function is called without the argument, so the argument gets its default value. If we call a function without any argument, then the argument will store the value of default. So here is an example program. We have defined a function here x comma y. So starting of the program, these are called the formal parameters. Then we have taken a variable z. We have stored the value of sum of x and y. Print sum. Now we have taken a variable a which will store the float type value, that means decimal value. Enter first number, then enter second number. Add. We are calling this function, and now while calling the function, these parameters are now called as actual parameters. These are formal parameters, first written formal. While calling, the parameters are known as actual parameter. So in the above example, x and y are formal parameters and a and b are actual parameters, as I have showed you, as I have said you. Now let's move forward. Now we will see how can we call a function. Calling the function. Once we have defined a function, we can call it from another function, program, or even the Python prompt. To call a function, we simply type the function name with the appropriate parameters. So here is the syntax of it. We'll write to call a function, we will write first function name, then we will write the parameters in them. As you can see here, example, here is the function name add, and here is the parameter 10 comma 20. So the output will be 10 plus 20 30. As you have seen in the program previous, we have written float type, so the answer is in the float type. So now let us see the return statement. The return statement is used to exit a function and go back to the place from where it was called. That means the return statement is used to stop the program there only where return is written and go back to the place from where it has been called. So there are two types of function according to the return statement. So according to return statement, again the functions are classified into two types. Function returning some values, and next is function not returning any value. Now let us see function returning some value. So the syntax of it is written here: return expression or value. Example, you can see here function returning one value. So we have defined a function my function, then we have written x, then return 5 asterisk mark x. So here what will happen, the function will stop here and it will give the output as 5 into x. So now let us see function returning multiple values. So we have written in the program, here is a program, we have defined a function sum, then a comma b, these are the parameters. Then we have written return a plus 5, b plus 4, c plus 7. So s is equal to sum 2 comma 3 comma 4, print s. So s will store the return value as a tuple. So this will store the return values. So what will be the value of a? It will be 2, b it will be 3, c will be 4. So what will it return? It will return as 2 plus 5, 7, 3 plus 4, 7, 4 plus 7, 11 as the output. Now let us see a third example, storing the returned value separately. Here we have defined a function sum a comma b comma c. So return a plus 5, b plus 4, c plus 7. Here we have taken some variable s1, s2, s3. So these are storing the value separately. So s1 will store the value of a plus 5, s2 will store the value of b plus 4, s3 will store the value of c plus 7. So you can see here sum. What will the value of a get? 2, b will get the value as 3, c will get the value as 4. And while printing, s1 will get the value as a plus 5. As you can see, a value is 2. So 2 plus 5, 7. So s2 will get the value as b plus 4. So what is the value of b? 3. 3 plus 4 is 7. Similarly, s3 will get the value as 11. So this will be the output. Now let us see function not returning any value. The function that perform some operations but does not return any value called as void function. They are called void because they does not return any value. So here is a function. So we have defined here function as message. So here this is empty. So print, we have written print hello. So you can see in output hello is printed. M is equal to message. We are calling the function here, but we have not taken any parameter and we have not taken any return type. So no return. So we will not get any return value in the output. We have written here print m. So as it is empty, m is empty, does not contain any parameter or any values, so it will display the output as none. Hope you understood this program. So here we end this video. See you in the next video.